Welcome back. This is part 2 of drilling this aquarium here. This section here, I've got the water drained out, most of the rocks out. Still have my fish in there, my feather dusters, which I'll be removing in this video here. Hopefully I get all of the fish out and actually start cleaning it and stuff. And this is where what I'm doing now. I'm basically going to get more of the live rocks out that have pieces of coral on it. I only have like one piece of coral really that I'm worried about, which is this rock right here I'm worried about. So I'm gonna carefully put him in this little bucket where he don't get exposed to air, and I'll pull him out and go bring him in the other bucket. I know this is probably not the best way to do it, but I'm working with the tools that I have right now, and just so that way everybody's clear, this didn't work out for me. He wound up the coral that I was worried about wound up breaking off of that piece of rock anyhow, and I'll be happy to report that he is doing fine in my tank. He actually did make it through the transition. So the feather dusters I have to be a little bit more careful with. If they get an air bubble inside the tube right here, the air bubble will prevent them from poking out, and then they'll die inside the tube. They won't be able to come out and feed like they need to. So I'm taking my time with these guys, making sure not to expose the end of the tube to the air, so that way they don't get an air bubble in there. I believe the next clip that we're going to shoot to is going to actually have me putting them inside the bucket in the back, or the tote, I mean. And you can see how I do that whenever I get to the back here. Here we go. So here's the tote set up. I have it circulating. Still haven't got any fish in there yet. I just got that piece of rock that I put in there. Here's the feather dusters. Like I said, I'm just going to transfer them from the bucket like this, or from that bowl underneath the water there, so that way they don't get exposed to the air. Bring them and set them in the little spot where they're not going to get crushed by any of the rocks. Alright. Okay, right here we have, this is called a serpent starfish. Not a brittle starfish, serpent starfish. This one's a lot bigger than the serpent ones. I believe he's going to be the next one I take. I'm not really sure. I recorded this a little bit before hand. So no, I think I'm going to go with this piece of rock right here, which has a feather duster on the bottom. You can see him right there. See, when we touch him, he goes in the tube. So yeah, he's on the very bottom of this rock right here. So he's attached to the rock. I'm not gonna try to pry him off of it, because I might rip his tube or whatever. I don't want to kill him, so I'm gonna take him out and do that. Alright, so now it's time to get the fish out. I have about, I guess, 12 fish. I gotta catch each one of them with this little net. It's easier to do with all the rocks out. They don't have very many places to hide, and with the low water like that, it's even easier. Well, I say it's easy. It's still a challenge to catch them. And then I'm just gonna put them in the bowl right there with a little bit of water. Once I get as many as I can right there without taking too long, I'll bring them in the back and put them in the tote. I'm actually gonna fast forward this. Alright, so what I have here is a green carpet anemone that I've had for a while. He's got issues with himself right now. His stomach started protruding, and he started moving all around the tank and everything. But I still want to keep him, so I'm going to try to take him off the bottom of the tank here. What I'm going to use is a piece of ice, a little small piece of ice, and try to pass it back and forth underneath his foot, or between his foot and the glass of the aquarium, so that way it'll release. I've done this before. It works pretty well. But this anemone doesn't survive the move. I don't know if it's because of the move or the sump, or if it was just because he just wasn't surviving anyways because of his condition. But he doesn't survive the move. So um, I'm not going to show too much more of this because, like I said, he doesn't survive anyhow. Alright, so what I'm doing right here is I'm just going through and getting all my hermit crabs and snails out of the sand. Everything that's alive that I want to save, basically, that's in the sand, I'm trying to get it out before I start vacuuming it out. I'm not going to save the rest of this water, and also the sand. I'm not going to keep it as well. I'm going to get some new sand. I'm not going to keep any of that. I have some bristle worms that had populated in the bottom of my tank, so that's the reason why I'm not keeping the sand or anything else that's in there. I'm just going to pick through it like this real quick, pick up any things that I want to keep, and then the rest of it I'm going to get rid of. And this is going to be the conclusion of part 2. I really don't have much more to show other than me picking through this stuff right here, so feel free to watch till the end of the video. Otherwise y'all can continue on with part 3. I hope y'all watch part 3. If y'all like this video, drop me a like. In part 3 I will be actually finishing draining the tank. I'm going to clean the glass the best I can. We're going to turn it on its side, prep it for the drill process. We're also going to do the pipe that I'm going to be using for my drain pipe. We're also going to make that because I got to have all the measurements and stuff, so that way I know where to drill my holes. And I'm going to cover all of that in part 3. So thank y'all.